Hey guys, just before the video starts, I wanted to preface that this video was originally recorded for my original channel, Hansen, but I'm posting it to Sceneworks because it feels more fitting. I originally recorded this video in November of 2023, so it's been a while since I made it, and I don't know what took me so long, but also, sorry for all the also. This is probably the first video on this channel, and I'll probably have to make a channel trailer at some point. So you'll probably see that in the next couple videos. But yeah, enjoy the video. What's up, everybody? Hansen here, and today I've got something a little different. Yeah, today I'm going to be showing you all of my 3D printed stuff, my 3D printing journey. But yeah, let's get started. So I'm just gonna go over all my projects in the order that I made them, I guess. I don't know if I've ever mentioned my 3D printing on this channel, but I've been pretty into it since like 8th grade. When I got into it, my desk was still right there, I remember. Let's get into it. I know that having my name on the wall is a little much, but I was like 12 when we moved in here, so I was like,
that's cool, man. I want the name on the wall.
but yeah, alright. So, now I didn't actually start getting into real big projects until like, maybe it was last year, maybe it was all this year. If so, it's been progressing very fast. Most of this stuff on my wall is 3D printed. You can't really see most of it because it's so small. Sorry for talking so much. So, first thing I made, let's see here. This bad boy right here. This is Obi-Wan's lightsaber from, I don't remember what movie it was. But it is Obi-Wan's lightsaber, as you can see. It's very light. There is a lot of gluing done on there. And this is my first really go at like multi-part prints, right? So I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't know what glue to use. I didn't know anything. I made this with 4 different PLA colors. Silver from Solutech 3D, which doesn't have any other stuff on Amazon anymore, which is really weird and sad because their stuff is really good. Bronze from, oh, what brand is it? You know what I'm saying? TTYT 3D is the brand that I got with this, for this gold color and this bronze color, or copper. I don't know, bronze and copper kind of. This black was, I think, Solutech as well. But yeah, that was the first print in all of its glory. Well, first like multi-part project I did. Alright, next one. Let's see here. If I'm not mistaken, it was this dark saber right here. Not much to say about this one. When I was printing this one though, my printer was having a lot of problems with under extrusion. So this is actually very fragile. I bet if I pressed it very hard, it would probably break. But yeah, this is all one color of filament. This is the silver from Solutech. And this black is just Sharpie. I just Sharpied it, and there's a carabiner on the end, so I could. That is not the last of my lightsabers, but after those 2 lightsabers, I really started to like broaden my horizons on what I could print. And if I'm not mistaken, I actually took the dive and printed that right there, Mandalorian helmet. I got the idea to print that because I had paint, right? Because I made this sucker right here. I don't know what was my reason for it. I think Mandalorian Season 2 was coming out at that point. And I was like, oh, no. It was Mandalorian Season 3. It was. And I remember I want to get this finished before the finale comes out, right? And I got it all printed out by the time the finale came out, but I didn't have it all painted and stuff. So this is my first helmet right here. It's actually one of my better ones. It's very smooth. Probably because I put the most care into it because it was my first one. I didn't want to mess it up. But you, I don't know if it translates on video, but there's a bunch of like dings and dents and pieces where the paint's missing. This window tint I actually got this when I was looking for stuff to make for these for a band I was in, but that fell through. The inside, actually, this is the first time I used anything other than foam on the inside. I used some headphone cups. Headphone pads, cups, I don't know what you call them, but yeah, I use those. This is what it looks like. It's, well, I don't know how well you can hear me. Yeah, it was very big on me. I think that was mostly because I didn't, you know, this is my first one. I didn't really know how to scale things properly, and I didn't get my method all set up at that time. I still don't, but it's gotten a lot better. I'll get into, I'm actually thinking of doing an instructional video on how I scale these helmets. Obviously to try and not be as big as this, but how to scale these helmets. And like, I was thinking of doing like a 5-day or like week-long challenge where I try and make a helmet in a week with that 3D printer. I don't know if you can see it. Pretty cool. You can actually see through the tint if it's light on the inside, but when you're wearing it, you can't really see. I mean, it's pretty cool. After that, okay, let's see. It was this one right here, Pong Krell. This is Pong Krell's lightsaber. It actually folds, which is actually pretty unique for a lightsaber. I haven't seen that before. But doesn't he have like 2 of these? And so for like 4 lightsaber blades or whatever. But yeah, not much to say about this. The hinge, it's actually pretty cool, and it's actually kind of boring, this design. I think it's mostly just cylinders, so not a big fan of this design here. But what did I print after that? I think it wasn't this exact one. This here Yoda lightsaber, it's very small. It's not this exact one, but I printed this one for a family friend's son, because he's very young and likes Star Wars. I didn't actually print this one until a while after, but yeah. Next one I printed was this here, Cal Kestis' lightsaber. This is actually one of my favorite lightsaber designs of all time. You can see it actually printed all the fine details of like the wear on it. So this is Fallen Order Cal, pre second side, but yeah, I really like this one. It's a lot bigger than you'd expect. It's like, it's more, I'd say 1.5 feet long, honestly. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be wielded by Jaro Tapal, and obviously his species has a lot bigger hands than us. But what can we do? Next one. You know, I'm just gonna go through all the lightsabers first. I don't know when I printed the next helmet, but this one might be a little broken. But this is the Temple Guard lightsaber from one of the animated series. I really like the use of colors in this one. All those lightsabers over there are kind of monotone, except for Obi-Wan's, I guess. But this one here has got a nice mix of gold and bronze and silver. I want to show you something real quick. So these inserts are actually supposed to be like neon blue, but I didn't have neon blue filament or paint. Glow-in-the-dark filament. It's actually crazy how well this shows up on the video, but in real life it's not as magnificent. If I get them both here, it actually, well, since my room's green, it doesn't help, but yeah, you can see them both glow there. And I think that's really cool, actually. Probably one of my favorite lightsabers other than Cal's. Alrighty, next one. Now this one has a tendency to fall off walls, so I have to be very careful when I put this one back on. This is actually my favorite lightsaber design of all time. I don't know why. Well, at least it was. It's probably the Temple Guards now, but back like a couple months ago, this was my very favorite because I was, in all honesty, I was very edgy. And I just really like how this one looks. I actually really want to get a NeoPixel actual like metal lightsaber like this right here that can light up and do stuff. But yeah, this is all I've got for now. It is very cool. Oh. Oops, that's a thumbtack. This one right here, this hair tie is just to keep it on the wall, but I'm not gonna pick it up. This one is Kirak in Fila, but it's a really unique design. I mean, like the way it flows and everything. I saw his lightsaber on case study number 8. Oh, by the way, if you have a 3D printer and you love Star Wars, case study number 8 is a blessing on the 3D printing community. He has all of the lightsabers I have up here for free on Thingiverse. It's crazy. And they're all split into different colors so you can print them correctly. This one I would show, but it's not 3D printed yet, actually. It's a toy. You know, I'll show it off anyway. So this is a Disney toy. It goes out like that. You know what? I don't know why people are so infatuated with this lightsaber design. If you're on r/lightsabers, you see like 80 of these things per post. Like people will buy 70 replicas of this one design. People will call, I don't know, but people will call them whatever names. I just don't see the hype. It's a cylinder. It's a cylinder. And now, actually, I'm gonna show this one off first because this was my first lightsaber thing. All of the claws are broken off there, and the button is bright red. Since this one didn't go well, I kind of got like turned off from printing lightsabers for like at least a couple years before I printed all these. This was like when I first got my printer. It was crazy. The last 3D printed one is I like this design. Very unique. It's curved. Yeah, not much to say about this one, but I like it. The grip is even, it's I think it's called knurled. I think that's what it means, but yeah, very, very cool. Alright, let's get into the helmets. Ooh, actually, no, let's get into the other weapons first. These lightsabers were the first thing, and then, you can't see it, but this one right here was actually my first introduction to sword 3D printing. Right here, this is the Elucidator from Sword Art Online. At this distance, you can't really see much wrong with it. I mean, it looks good, but when you get close, that's when you really start to see a lot of imperfections. This is not my best work. This is the first time I tried welding the PLA together with a soldering iron, but sometimes that doesn't work and sometimes it breaks. This has broken I gotta say, at least 5 times, which really sucks. Also, it's missing some paint on the back, but that's okay. It was my first test, and I'm happy at how it came out. I got some electrical tape as the grip here, and yeah, not much to say about that. Next, in weapon 3D printing, I actually don't want to take these ones down because they broke quite a bit. But let me see if I. Here we are. So these, hi Pepper. These are the Blades of Chaos. Why is Flash on? What the heck? There we go. These are the Blades of Chaos from God of War. Yeah, not much too much to say about them. This was my first time using metallic paint. Actually, that time was my first time using metallic paint. But I actually made that a lot before I painted it. Yeah, I think these turned out pretty good. Other than that. But the chain was unfortunately not 3D printed. But, I mean, look at the details on the handle. I think it went well. That is a hole for lights, actually. But I didn't want to put lights in it, really. So I didn't. Again, accidentally turned my camera off when I was recording. But it's all good now. Should be. Next weapon, of course, is this Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda. Not much to say about this. I know this gemstone or whatever is supposed to be gold, but I never got around to that really. Yeah, looks pretty sick, I think. Makes realistic sword sounds. I don't know if that was picked up, but yeah. Second weapon I ever printed. No, third weapon I ever printed. That's a sword. Looked that pretty good. That one has never actually broken, even in the hands of a 6-year-old. Actually, so I have good luck with that one. This one is my latest weapon. As you can see, it's not painted yet. But this is the Daedric Battle Axe from Skyrim. Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls. Yeah, it has broken a couple times, as you can see from the welding marks right there. It has broken a couple times, but I mean, look at this beast. I don't blame it for breaking. It's pretty edgy, as you can see, but yeah, I just haven't gotten around to painting. Otherwise, not much to say about that. Now, personally, my favorite part, the helmets. I already reviewed that Mandalorian helmet up there. Next in line, right here. This Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet. This was my first experience with white paint, and it wasn't exactly a good one. This guy's paint job kind of sucks, but I mean, you could say it's a little more authentic because it's supposed to be battle damaged. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at all the divots and the crap. Yeah, I know this part is supposed to be painted gray, but I never got around to that either. This band is actually made out of electrical tape, and it's not really sticking very well. Let's see if I can put this on with a ponytail. See, this one is a lot more tight-fitting, and it actually fits me very well. I'm surprised with how well it turned out, actually. But, yeah. I'm really proud of how I did this mouthpiece. I just wanted to guess it. Yeah, it's very cool. Third helmet. You might have caught a glimpse of it when I was showing you the Blades of Chaos, but this is Red Hood Rebirth from Batman. This was my probably favorite one I've ever printed. which I will explain to you in a second. But this is the best fitting helmet I've ever printed. Let me show you guys. Look at that. It's right on my skull. It's amazing. Ooh, I got eyes. It's pretty good. I'm really proud of the paint job I did on this. Except for that a little. But it adds character, you know? Yeah. Here's the inside. I'll show you. These eyes I just got from AliExpress, actually. They were like $4 for one pair. Yeah, they were recommended by Frankly Built. I don't know if you guys have seen him. If you're a 3D printing enthusiast, I'm sure you've seen him. Frankly Built, he's got all these Iron Man suits and stuff. It's awesome. But yeah, pretty cool. Actually, you know what? I'll be back in a second. This is the armor I printed for the Red Hood costume. I mentioned how I wore it on Halloween this year, and this is crazy. This is the first full costume I've ever printed. It looks a little off right now because I'm wearing it over white and without a leather jacket. But yeah, it's got abs and a chest. And yeah, I bought these models off of Akira Yuming on CG Trader, which, I mean, these are the best models I've ever had. I mean, look at the detail. There's like texture and there's fabric right here. The actual ab frame right here was kind of a nightmare to print, actually, but I won't get into that right now. This was originally one piece, but sadly it broke in half. But maybe it's a good thing because now I have a lot more flexibility. I used to not be able to put my arms together at all, or else it would break. But since it already broke, I don't need to worry about that anymore. I'll put up a picture with what it looks like with my full outfit on. Yeah, actually, this is the neck piece for that outfit. It doesn't really fit me though, because I have, as you can see, a corpse grinder neck. But yeah, it opens, it's hinged. I printed a hinge and put it right there, but it doesn't fit. So it's kind of useless, but it's cool looking. I mean, yeah. Alright, after Red Hood, we're almost to the end. This is probably the biggest helmet I've ever printed. Not probably, is the biggest helmet I've ever printed. Because I went crazy on the scaling with this. And it does not my best work. I'd say this is on par with that elucidator right there, but I'll put it on so you guys can see. And as you can see, I look like a bobblehead. Oh my gosh. Everything is so base boosted in there. But yeah, from this far away, again, it looks pretty good. It doesn't have the decals on it or anything. Honestly, I wasn't really feeling this project after I printed it. I was like, okay, I have this now. And I didn't actually finish it till like a couple weeks ago, I guess. But yeah, I like how the visor is shaped to the thing. You guys are, when you only get this angle, it's easy to say, what are you talking about? It doesn't look that bad. But if you look closer, I mean, you can see a very bad paint job on that ridge right there. But that's nothing compared to this side. I mean, this is my first time using a wood filler instead of Bondo on my helmet, and it didn't turn out the best. But you know, let's just say it's battle damaged, and the paint job is really splotchy. But yeah. Also, because I scaled this one way too big. Well, here's the the hard thing with this helmet. This opening right here is perfectly fit for my head. This opening is perfectly fit, but I couldn't scale it any lower without me not being able to fit my head in it, and it doesn't have a removable back piece, you know. So I had to make it so this hole was big enough to fit my head, and then everything kind of goes out from there. So when I put it on, I look like a bobblehead, and you can see how much foam I have to have layered in there, so it fits my head properly. Which I'm not very proud of this one. This brings me to my last and favorite and most proud of project I have ever made, and most recent. This right here is an Iron Man helmet. This is the fully mechanized version. I always said I wanted to make an Iron Man helmet, but then I was like, I don't want to make an Iron Man helmet till I have the motivation to like motorize it and all. And as you can see, ooh, that was really slow. Are you doing okay, battery? I did. It's hard to get into all the little details on here. This is the Iron Man Mark 85 helmet. Yeah, let me put it on. This job piece is actually fully held on with magnets. It's awesome. All right, so here it is opened, and here it is closed. As you can see, it's alright. Once again, this helmet does have another feature that I have not shown you. If you flick a switch right here, when it closes, it will, just see. Boom! It turns on the eyes. When it closes, can you see my eyes in here? That's kind of creepy. What? Yeah, it's... I'm actually really excited for this. This has been my project for like maybe a month now, I'd like to say. But it's finally done, and I love it so much. I'll show the inside in a second here. But, oh, let me turn off that switch. Isn't that just crazy? Here it is. I have this battery pack down here. It's Anchor, made by Anchor. I 3D printed those little brackets to hold the power supply in. And there's a cord connected to a bunch of crap, which is connected to this DPDT switch, which operates the whole thing. You can see the battery. Oh, it turned off. Yeah, I really don't want to explain what all's going on in here. Maybe in a future video, but yeah. This, on the faceplate right there is the entire circuit for the eyes. Actually, it looks a little tangled, but it just looks that way. I just had a lot of extra wire that I didn't know what to do with, so that was attached to the thing. So I had to loop it around a couple times. But it's actually connected to a reed switch right there, which a reed switch is basically a switch that closes the circuit when it's in vicinity of magnets. And then I got a couple of 7x3 magnets right there. So yeah, that is all for this helmet and for this video, I guess. Is there anything else? This is the actual printer. This is what I make all my stuff on. As you can see, it's not the biggest. So I usually have to print big stuff like that in pieces. Even like the smallest helmet, like that one right there, you have to print it in pieces, or else you can't really do it.